It's been the law since 1987 and people are still not wearing their seatbelts. That's why EPS is trying to help raise awareness for Occupant Restraint Month. According to Transport Canada, almost 40% of drivers and passengers who were killed in collisions were not wearing their seatbelts. Airbags offer added protection but are not a substitute because they do not protect against ejection. And 75% of the people thrown from vehicles are killed. The economic burden of injuries in Alberta would be reduced by over $400 million if more Albertans wore their seatbelts. Oilers chairman Cal Nichols has decided to leave the Oilers and join the fight for the Edmonton City Centre Airport.
Business in the Kingsway area joined Nichols, but Nate has different plans for its neighbor.
Nestled in the heart of Edmonton, the City Centre Airport has been a part of the landscape for over 80 years. The airport provides commuter access to business people and healthcare providers in northern Alberta. The highly sought-after land the airport lies on has its neighbors in a heated debate. Business in the area definitely want the airport to stay.
The City Centre Airport, in its current status right now, with the restrictions that it does have, still contributes about $7 million to the Edmonton economy on an annual basis.
The Kingsway Business Association would obviously like the airport to remain open for its great economic benefits to the area. But there's another player that would also like to make its claim. Nate.
That's what we'd love to see, 10, 15 years from now. Nate begin to expand to the west and have that ability to grow for the next 50 to 100 years in one centralized location.
Right now, Nate's central campus is landlocked by the airport on its western border and has residential and commercial developments on its other sides.
If students want to show their support, write a letter to your city councillor, come by in our offices and tell us that you support that. If you want to write a letter and you want us to deliver it, we'll do that completely.
The next round of negotiations is scheduled for June 2009. In an effort to make recycling more financially appealing, Alberta will be increasing deposits on beverage containers. Pop cans are now up from 5 to 10 cents, and large containers are up a nickel. Also, Alberta is introducing recycling your milk containers. The 4-liter plastic jug is worth $0.25, and the 1-liter cartons are 10 cents each. I don't know about you, Joe, but that makes me want to recycle. I heard you used to work at a bottle depot. Is that true?
I did, and thank you for bringing it up. I worked at one for 5 years, and I'm all for recycling, go green and keep the world spinning.
Speaking of spinning, I heard the Oilers are sure in a whirlwind. Next up, we have the sports with Rehan. The holidays are just around the corner, and the Christmas Bureau of Edmonton's 2008 campaign is in full swing. We've seen the posters all around Nate in the city, but many Edmontonians aren't aware of our city's biggest charity.
We provide a festive meal to families at Christmas time. Traditionally, the family is working poor. Sometimes it's a student at NAIT or universities. Many times it's a single parent raising 2 or 3 children. And the idea behind the mandate that we have here is to ensure that everyone enjoys a festive meal with their family at Christmas time.
The carpentry department at NAIT made these donation boxes and toys that will be distributed to needy children through Santa's Anonymous. If you would like to give to Santa's Anonymous, NAIT has a drop-off in D109. Toys must be unwrapped and for children aged 6 months to 12 years. For more information, please visit christmasbureau.ca or call 421-XMIS.
So Mariam, have you made your Christmas Bureau donation yet this year?
I have. I actually bought a food hamper for a family.
Oh, that's fantastic.
High-speed chases are becoming more common here in Edmonton, causing police to look into flight responses and past statistics. In 2008, almost 200 cars fled police pursuit. 27 of them ended in collision and 1 in fatality. The Edmonton Police Services uses many tactics to stop chases before they become dangerous to the public, and will call off the chase as soon as that safety is compromised.
But in 113 cases last year, those indicators led us to preventing that car from starting the pursuit in the first place.
The Alberta Serious Incident Response Team is continuing to investigate the events leading to a chase that turned fatal after it was called off earlier last month. A new proposal has rolled its way into Edmonton earlier this week. Edmonton City Council met with Transportation and Public Works to determine if the city should spend $100 million on upgrading bike paths. Transportation and Public Works are trying to achieve a safer road for cyclists and doubles the amount of bikers on the road. The outlined plan includes widening curb lanes, expanding the multi-use trail system, putting bike racks on all businesses, and improving signs.
Because 1% of people are riding right now, and we expect that with the right investments in the infrastructure, that will grow.
With the sidewalk strategy and with the neighborhood rehab, that's fine, but not as a standalone to be funded all by itself.
Many cyclists came to speak, and one owner of United Cycle is positive about the proposal.
I think it's very, very important that the plan gets implemented quickly. I think the implementation of the plan is the key. It's a great plan, it's no good on paper.
The transportation plan was not approved for this year's budget, but will be considered for next year.